Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okemute. If it's your first time here, hi, thank you so much for joining us today. So we're going to be creating a look together. We're just going to head right into it. To start off, I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow first. So I'm going in with my Too Faced concealer in the shade Mocha. We're just going to blend that in with the beauty sponge. I'm going ahead to set that with a Hudabeauty setting powder in the shade Kunafa. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Heel and Morphe eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using this brown shade right here as my first transition shade for today. Starting off at the edge, and then I'm going to bring it all the way in. I like to pack on my eyeshadow like this first with tapping motions before I go ahead and blend the edges out. I'm going to be blending the edges of that out with this shade right here. I'll blend that some more with this other shade right here. Now that that is to my liking, I'm going in with the same setting powder that we used earlier, a little bit of that, and we'll just soften that area some more. Moving on to the color on the lid, I'm using a bright color today and I really want it to pop, so I'm going in with this paint pot from MAC, and I have this one in the shade Painterly. And I'm just going to go in with my fingers, warm that up, and just pack that onto the areas that I want it to be. So I'm going ahead to blend in the edges of that with the blending brush that we used earlier, just so that everything looks good at that area. Moving on to our second eyeshadow palette, I'm using the Saharan by Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to be using this green shade right here. So I feel like it's not showing up as pigmented as I'd like it to, so I'm going in with my NYX glitter glue, and I'm just going to be applying a little bit of that on the same place that we applied the MAC paint pot. Alright, so let's go ahead and blend all of that in with the first transition shade. That's pretty much it for the eyes. I went ahead to create a winged liner with this Kiko Milano gel liner, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes. The lashes that I'm using today are from AliExpress, and I'm going to be applying my mascara before that, and this is the Maybelline mascara. I'm just going to apply this all over my lashes. So moving on to the rest of the face, my face is already moisturized. As you can see, we have oil seeping through, so I'm just going to take out all the excess oil. And now we can go ahead and prime using the Dior Backstage primer. While we wait for that to dry down, I'm going in with the same MAC paint pot that I used earlier, and I'm going to be using this on my smile lines just to try to keep that in check. To set that in place, I'm going in with the same setting powder, the Hudabeauty setting powder, and we're just tapping that in right there. For foundation, we're using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in the shade Deep Reach. Moving on to highlights with a Too Faced concealer in the shade Mocha. So now that I'm done with the highlights, we're going to wait for this to dry down a little bit, and I'm going to go in with my blush from NYX. This one is the NYX Sweet Cheeks in the shade Almost Famous. Now we'll go ahead and blend in the highlight. Going in with a brighter shade of concealer, also from Too Faced. This one is in the shade Butterscotch. I'm going to be using just a tiny little bit of that, and I'm going to blend it out immediately. Alright, so that looks good. We're going to go ahead and set the under eye using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Toffee. Before I go ahead and set, I'm going to go into the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Before you set, you want to always make sure that you're smoothing out all those creasing before you go in with your powder. Now we'll go ahead and top that with a little bit of the Huda Beauty setting powder. So we're pretty much done with that. We're going to go in with some bronzer from Fenty Beauty in the shade Mocha Mami. And I'm going to be applying this right on my cheekbones. I'm going to be contouring my nose using the same bronzer. Now we set the blush using the Juvia Zulu palette. I'm going to be using this orange shade right here. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible foundation powder in the shade, I think this is deep amber. I'm just going to use this to wipe off that reverse contour and also use that to set the rest of my face. Moving on to brows, I'm using the Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown. I feel like I don't want to clean up my brow today. I like the look that I'm getting from it without cleaning it up, so should we or should we not? I think we're not going to. I'm just going to leave it and move on to the rest of my face. So yeah, let's just go ahead and blend everything in. I'm going to be going in with a clean brush and just swipe one time to take off the excess powder. Now we're going to go in with a clean puff and the face powder, the same one that we used earlier, and just use that to blend everything in. I'm going across my nose just to make sure that we do not see no harsh lines. I'm going in with this transition shade that we used earlier. I'm going to be applying that right here as well, just to kind of mimic what we have going on top at the bottom part. Now I'm going to be going in with the darker shade, the first one that we used, the transition shade as well. I'm going to be sweeping that, a little bit of that under that area too. For my waterline, I'm going in with the NYX eye pencil, and I have this one in the shade Vanilla. Alright you guys, so we're almost done. We're going to go ahead and line the lips using a randomly pencil from the beauty supply store. For lipstick, I'm going in with the Juvia's Place lipstick in the shade In Vogue. To top that, I'm going in with the Juvia's Place lip gloss in the shade Oasis. And some clear lip gloss from the beauty supply store. So let's go ahead and add some finishing touches. I'm going in with my powder brush. I'm just going to make sure everything is blended in nicely. Some more blush as well. Now looking at it, I feel like I want to soften this area a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's looking a bit too dark. It wasn't looking so dark before I did my brows, but yeah, I feel like it's looking a little bit too dark for me. So I want to lighten that up a little bit if I can. And I'm going to be using this shade right here. Alright you guys, so we're pretty much done, and last minute I feel like I want to clean up my brows. Hear me out. I know that I said I was going to clean it up today, but yeah, I feel like it will also take away from the darkness that I'm seeing in that area. So let's do that real quick using the Early Girl Concealer in the shade Toast. So do you guys see the difference? I know that the difference is not so obvious, but I can see it. It's subtle, but yeah, I think that is what it needed. So now I'm going to go get my hair together and I'll be right back with you guys. That pretty much brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. I'm going to have the list to all the makeup products that I used written in my description box. Do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Click on the subscribe button, join the family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.